What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy, the Laptop Legend, bringing you your daily update on TSNP. Now, this morning I had a profitable dip trade. If you don't know what that means or how you can do it on this stock, you need to go watch my previous videos because this happens literally every morning. I sound like a broken record at this point, but I took a live screen recording of that profitable trade so you guys can see what it is. I didn't have any huge size, but you know, if you have more size, you're over the PDT, you have more than $25,000 in your account, then you can take considerably more size with this. And you know, just because of how consistent it is, it's definitely worth your while in terms of trading. But I'm actually making this video more to talk about a different factor of TSNP that might make it a little less appetizing for us, you know, day traders, swing traders, etc. in the short term, just because the volume is decreasing overall, and that means that there is less volatility. And in terms of a day trader, what we're looking for is volatility, because if you're holding this stock for the long term, think about it like this. You buy in at 20 cents, it drops down to 10 cents, goes back up to 20 cents, back down to 10 cents, back up to 20 cents. If you held through that entire, you know, crazy run, you would have made 0%. But if you do what I recommend, which is expecting those dips in the morning, you take advantage of that volatility, you can make a decent profit, you know, over the course of a couple of weeks when the person who's holding would make absolutely nothing. But that is decreasing at this moment, and I'm going to talk about why just in a second here. So hopefully this video will be helpful for you guys. If it is, remember to smash that like button down below, destroy it, obliterate it, you know, all those good things. And yeah, turn on post notifications and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, let's get right into it. All right, guys, here I am at my computer, and you can see this is what TSNP has done so far today. And I just wanted to talk about something that is very important in a factor of, you know, stocks that you're looking to trade. And this always holds true, has always held true. When you're looking for stocks to trade, you need volatility. And to have volatility, you need volume. And if we look at the 1-year chart, just so you can get an idea, the volume is kind of fading down at this point. These last 3 days here have been pretty low volume, especially compared to back here, you know, what we were getting up there, especially in terms of dollar volume and stuff like that. So without volume, you're not going to have these types of big moves like you have here. So I'm going to be looking as time continues forward to see the types of volume that this stock can get, because with, you know, only, what is it today? With only 48 million in volume, that's really not enough for this stock to be moving to get the types of moves that we really want to see at this price point. So we would need, you know, over 100 million, 200 million volume. That's going to be ideal for this stock. And when it's moving that much and it's trading that many shares, that's when we get these type of big moves that we can really capitalize on. But, you know, as it's fading off, people are moving away from this stock because it's just doing less and less. So it's less interesting for the momentum traders, and it's just going to have less volume and less price movement overall. And I think this trend is probably going to continue unless they get some serious, you know, press updates coming out. And I think that could happen, you know, at some point in the near future, but I think in the next couple of weeks, it's probably pretty unlikely. And we might see some type of catalyst when they change the ticker from TSNP to HMBL, which is supposed to happen in Q1. We don't know exactly when that's happening. I don't know if that's January 1st or, you know, middle of February or March. So it could be a wide range in between there. And I think if there's no updates on this stock, the volume is going to continue to decrease and the opportunities are going to continue to get less and less good, if that makes sense. But this morning, you can see, if I just go back here, this is also another important concept. The majority of the volume on the market happens in like the first hour of the day. So obviously not, you know, I don't think over 50%, but I mean, it is a good portion of the volume happens in the first hour of the day. And then it just, you know, midday, late day, it just kind of trails off. And that has been a theme with this stock as well. If I go on the 2-day here, we get some big moves in the first, you know, hour of the day, but then it really doesn't do that much the rest of the day. If we go to 5 days, it moves a lot. I guess this is one exception because it cracked 10 that day. But just in general, you know, the stock kind of, it has some big movements, and then it just kind of doesn't really do too much. So I just want to emphasize that you guys want to make the best use of your time and your psychology by trading when the stock is most likely to make these moves, and that is, you know, right at open. So in this case today, I saw it, you know, it went up a little bit, it had a gap up, but then, you know, it went down, and there was the selling that we see every single day for the last, I don't even know how many days. I mean, I can't even do the math. I think it's almost, you know, 10 days straight at this point. It's getting close. So because of that, I don't want to mess up my charts here. Because of that, I bought in, you know, right around here, and I ended up riding it up here, and I sold some here, and then I sold some here again. So I'll show you that trade right now, just so you guys can see. But that's when you want to be trading this stock if you're not holding, you know, for years at this point, because we get the biggest moves in the first, you know, 30 minutes, hour of the day, and then after that, it just kind of, the volume decreases, and it kind of gets boring. You know, there's intraday resistance and support that it can't really break out past. You know, it's just trading this channel and not really doing much, you know. And if it went and broke out over these highs, you know, I would probably buy it at that point. I would consider buying that if it's going to break out over this. I'm making this in the middle of the day. You know, we still have, I guess, an hour and a half left of trading. But I'm just, you know, I'm not expecting it to really do that, just because it just, there's sellers that step in when it gets up here, and there's buyers that step in when it gets down there, and it doesn't do much. And you can't make money if the stock is not moving. I guess that's the point that I want to make. So because of that, you want to make sure that you're trading stocks that have the most volume, or if you're trading a stock, you want to make sure you're trading it when it has the most volume and the most movement, the most price fluctuation, if that makes sense. And if I go here, this is just one of the stocks that absolutely went insane. Oh, it did it twice. That's crazy. Twice in one day. Yeah, so this I guess almost 3 times. There's 3 spikes in one day. But you can see this stock here. I mean, what did it really do? It spiked up huge when it got the volume that came in. And then it's just kind of faded off. Spiked up huge when the volume came in, faded off. Spiked up huge, faded off. So I don't recommend just looking at one stock. You know, I'm here looking at a lot of different stocks. But ultimately, you want to go where you have the best way of getting your money to multiply for you, if that makes sense. So that's the biggest takeaway. Now let's go into the live trade that I have here. So here you can see market just opened. I have this set on 1.7 speed, I believe. And you can see this is my position that I'm longing. I'm in from pretty much 22. I think this could break out over highs of 27 and then continue. But we're having, you know, we had a little gap up, but overall, the sellers, you see the red start to come in, so I was not convinced that this was going to spike at open because it's tanked at open every single day. So I'm seeing all these reds. I know it's probably going to crack 12 at this point. Definitely not buying yet. Waiting to buy, you know, seeing when it's going to be a good opportunity. Seeing the sellers come in. There we go. Crack 12. I'm getting ready at this point. When is it going to bounce? Is it going to touch 10 this morning? I have no idea, but I am ready to respond. I'm looking at the daily, you know, I guess the 2-day chart, see where it bounced last time, and, you know, just see what's going to happen. Because this, right in the morning, right when the market opens, is when you get the best moves out of TSNP from what I've seen, unless it breaks some extreme key support or resistance level. So if you're looking to make, you know, consistent money on this stock, you're gonna want to be looking. And I see the, you know, the 500,000 share seller there. So I'm like, all right, it's probably going to keep tanking. I'm thinking. I'm seeing some green. Seeing some green print. At this point, I'm not super convinced. Printing more green, though. I'm like on the edge here. Is this the bottom? It's not even bottoming at 11. I'm not sure. But then the 400,000, you know, share seller moves down. So I'm looking at that, seeing what's happening. It's going to keep breaking down. Or is it going to keep going? Always look for those big sellers. But you can see, you know, even this morning panic, there was barely any volume. You know, the 1 minute candle cracked 2 million. But I mean, that's about it. Nothing insane, especially compared to what this stock normally does. Where is it going to bounce? Where is it going to bounce? That's what I'm looking for. Seller moves down. Kind of choppy at this point still, but then we have a big 156,000 share buyer who takes them out, and it upticks. Big buyer there. The green starts coming in. This is when I know I'm placing. And you see there I got executed. The bounce is starting. Always get ready to sell your position as soon as you're in it. I'm ready to cut if I need to, because if this continues cracking, it could crack 11 and touch 10. So you never take anything for granted. Take it for granted, as Rick would say. And now at this point, I'm just looking to see how high can this bounce? Can this bounce and break high a day and continue to run? Break past 13? Where is it gonna stop out? Where is this bounce gonna stop? That's what I'm looking for at this point. You can see here, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna sell half at 12, just in case it fails 12 and continues to tank. At least end this trade profitably. If it fails 12, I'll sell at 12 and then get out, the rest at 11.6 or something like that, or at my entry. But there we can see, it popped out over 12 and suddenly the buyers are at 12. Now it's at 12.1, 12.2. I'm looking, where am I gonna get out? Where am I taking these profits? I'm thinking here, might crack 12. Might crack 12. So I'm not really sure. But I'm up on the trade. There's not a ton of volume. The bounce really wasn't that impressive at this point, and I'm thinking, I just want to lock in my profits and make sure that I'm safe. I don't want this to fade off all day and then me to, go negative on the trade. Again, there's no worse feeling than going negative on a trade that you were positive on. So definitely want to lock in profits. At this point, I'm just thinking, where am I going to do that? See the 100,000 share seller come in. But there's still some buyers. So I'm kind of on the edge. 170,000 share seller. I'm thinking, all right, this could definitely crack 12 at this point. So I'm going to be careful just in case. Take half my shares off the table. You see that big seller there. And then I'll go forward a little bit more. I end up taking the rest off the table when it down ticks, I believe. Yep. So then I take the rest off the table. Pretty measly, honestly. This was nothing insane. Like you see here, this was $57 profit. But if you add this up consistently over a long period of time, these are very, very predictable moves, and this can help your account grow exponentially, especially if you're over the PDT rule and you can take larger position sizes and not have to worry about it, just because it's very consistent. But I would be, wary moving forward, because until we see some press releases on this stock, I don't think the bounces are going to be nearly as impressive as they have been. I think the volume could continue to fade as the momentum traders, stop watching this stock as much until it perks back up. So I think for now, you guys just need to be careful and not expect too much from this stock. I guess that's the moral of the story. All right, guys, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, if you've made it this far, please smash that like button, because you are a true supporter and I really, really appreciate you. Again, I think like 5% of people watch my videos to the end. So if you're one of them, you are a rock star. You're probably already subscribed at this point, so I'm not gonna waste my time telling you to do that. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna be talking more about the Tattooed Chef Company, why it is such a good swing trade, and why I think you guys should definitely look into it if you have not at this point. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I will see you guys in that video in a little bit. Until then, let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.